This is a vast lower dimension world with a radius of over 1,000,000 miles. In this world, there are no dazzling spells or powers from other realms. What it has is a unique power of its own, Dou Qi, fighting Qi. This world is called the continent of Dou Qi. As for the origin of this world, the people living in it can no longer trace it. Only some recent ancient events have been recorded in old texts, which are known to later generations. However, there is one event that doesn't require written records, one that everyone in this world knows through word of mouth and has been passed down for centuries. The great upheaval that occurred in this world nearly a century ago. For instance, the battle of the Twin Emperors and the black-robed youth, Yin Emperor Xiao Yan, who dominated the battle and reversed the tides of war. Now, decades have passed since the end of the battle of the Twin Emperors. During these years, the once war-torn Central Plains has long since returned to its prosperity, except for the massive rift, stretching over 100,000 miles, which divides the entire Central Plains into the eastern and western Central Plains. Everything that was destroyed has been rebuilt. However, in the past 6 years, one piece of news has begun to spread across the continent of Dou Qi, and the truth of this news is known only to a few powerful individuals. It seems that the Yin Emperor has left the continent of Dou Qi and gone to another world. Along with him, the patriarchs of the Gu clan and the primordial ancient dragon clan, as well as his 2 incredibly beautiful wives, Xun'er and Cai Lin, disappeared as well. This has led some powerful figures to start making connections to the ancient times when Dou Di powerhouses vanished overnight from the Dou Qi continent. People worry that, just like those Dou Di powerhouses of the ancient era, the 5 who have now disappeared may never return. But in recent years, as speculation about the disappearance of the 5 reached a new peak, several rumors began to emerge, some of which were quite ridiculous. Rumor 1. The Yin Emperor never left the continent of Dou Qi, and there is no such thing as another world. The continent of Dou Qi itself spans millions of miles, and there are countless unexplored regions. The Yin Emperor and the others might have gone into hiding in one of these areas. The idea of other worlds is highly suspect because neither ancient texts nor current rumors mention any way to travel to another world. Could it be that the Dou Di powerhouses of ancient times left behind a method to reach another world? Why didn't they leave such a method behind? Because it doesn't exist, and so there is no other world. Rumor 2. The Dou Di realm is actually a flawed Dou Qi realm, possibly one that is anti-heavenly. Why? First, think about this. Why do all those who reach the Dou Di stage disappear in such a short time? And this disappearance is inevitable. Ask around and see if anyone knows of a Dou Di who naturally grew old and died in this world. They either disappeared or were killed before disappearing, like the Dou Di powerhouse under the Bodhi tree. Then, look at the power of the Dou Di realm. Once someone reaches this stage, they can destroy the world with a single flip of the hand. The key here is that the power of the Dou Di is too great for the world to tolerate. Therefore, it's speculated that the Dou Di realm is actually opposed to the heavens. If a Dou Di powerhouse exists, this world will systemically weaken their power and erase them once it's reduced to a certain point. This is the self-elimination system of the heavens and earth. The Yin Emperor and the other Dou Di powerhouses have already been erased by this world because no one can guarantee they won't suddenly rise up and destroy the world. Rumor 3. This rumor mainly comes from the new generation of young powerhouses, most of whom were born after the battle of the Twin Emperors and are under 30. They believe that the Yin Emperor never existed. Looking at the Yin Emperor's life story, anyone with a discerning eye can see that his life was filled with miraculous events. His journey seems like something written in a storybook. Is it logical for so many coincidences to come together in one person's life? This doesn't make sense. Moreover, everyone knows that the gap between each star in the Dou Qi realms is immense. The difference between stars before reaching Dou Wang is not too exaggerated, but as one advances, it becomes increasingly difficult to level up. A top genius reaching the Dou Shang realm in a century is considered impressive, but to reach the Dou Di realm, it could take thousands of years. Yet, the Yin Emperor went from the 3rd stage of Dou Qi to the Dou Di realm in less than 20 years, advancing 6 or 7 levels per year on average. This is... Finally, looking at the traces left by the battle of the Twin Emperors, that long rift in the earth stretching over 100,000 miles, The younger generation can hardly imagine what kind of terrifying power could have caused such destruction. As a result, some people specifically investigated the destructive power records across 126 levels, ranging from Dou Qi to 9-star Dou Sheng. They learned that if a rift were to be torn open on the ground, even a Dou Zong expert could only barely tear a 1-mile-long crack. A Dou Zun could tear a giant rift several miles long, and a Dou Sheng could tear a chasm several hundred miles long. Even a peak 9-star Dou Sheng could only tear a massive rift several thousand miles long on the earth. But compared to the abyss of the Twin Emperors, this was a difference of 50 to 60 times smaller, and in terms of difficulty, it might be thousands of times harder. There was absolutely no power of that level in this world, so the abyss of the Twin Emperors could only have formed naturally, rather than being the result of a battle between the Flame Emperor and the so-called Soul Heavenly Emperor. The Flame Emperor might have been a fabricated story made up by older generations to encourage the new generation. To put it bluntly, it could be called a lie, a scam. So, when Xiao Yan returned to the Dou Qi continent and arrived in the Central Plains, learning about these things from some locals, he could only sigh helplessly. This was truly the power of human gossip. At this moment, Xiao Yan arrived at a familiar place. Looking up from 10,000 miles in the sky, the stars twinkled. Looking down, there stood a massive ancient tower, towering for tens of thousands of feet. This was the former site of the Pill Tower. It was called the former site because, several decades ago, during the war with the Soul Clan, the Pill Tower had joined the Heavenly Mansion. After the Battle of the Twin Emperors, the Pill Tower did not leave the Heavenly Mansion Alliance but became a branch within a division called Danbu, Pill Division. Inside the Heavenly Mansion, the Pill Tower could obtain far more medicinal resources than before, and the Pill Tower's ancestor had now become a senior elder in the Heavenly Mansion, his power reaching the peak of the 8-star Dou Sheng. Xiao Yan looked at the old site of the Pill Tower below. With a flicker of his figure, he descended, because he sensed two familiar auras lingering in the giant tower, which had now become a desolate place. One was Xin Kongzi, one of the 3 giants of the former Pill Tower, and the other was Elder Ho, who had once competed with Xiao Yan in alchemy. Xiao Yan was puzzled. Why were they still guarding the old site of the Pill Tower? Could it be that they weren't used to staying in the Heavenly Mansion? Xiao Yan's figure landed before the Pill Tower's main gate. He pushed the door open and walked to the end of the corridor, where there was a twisted space. Through here, Xiao Yan entered the small Pill Tower, a space of its own. Taking a breath of the air filled with medicinal scents, Xiao Yan smiled faintly, his gaze shifting to a distant mountain peak. There, on a stone platform, sat a man in meditation. This man was Xin Kongzi. Below the mountain, Elder Ho was planting some high-grade medicinal herbs. Not far from him stood a huge alchemy furnace, still emitting smoke, obviously used recently for alchemy. The surroundings were in disarray, indicating that the pill being refined was of a high grade, likely a true 9th-grade pill. Xiao Yan slowly walked up behind Elder Ho and said calmly, "Elder Ho, did you succeed in refining this 9th-grade pill?" "Old Xin, are you joking? This Taishin pill was crafted by the 2 of us together. You actually asked me?" Hearing the voice behind him, Elder Ho lazily turned around. However, before he could finish speaking, a familiar figure appeared in his sight, causing him to jump in shock. Xiao Yan. Seeing Xiao Yan, Elder Ho was startled, almost as if he had seen a ghost. "Aren't you supposed to have left the Dou Qi continent?" "I'm back," Xiao Yan replied faintly, looking at Elder Ho. At the same time, he activated the power of the Dimension Embryo to scan through Elder Ho's recent memories. From these memories, he learned that the reason why this normally stubborn and proud old man, along with Xin Kongzi, stayed at the old site of the Pill Tower was due to their reluctance to leave. Compared to the high walls of the Heavenly Mansion, they felt more familiar with the Pill Tower. But in the entire Pill Tower, only the 2 of them remained. After hearing Xiao Yan's words, Elder Ho became suddenly excited, but before he could say anything, Xiao Yan's figure disappeared from his sight. Not far away, on the mountain peak where Xin Kongzi was meditating, Xiao Yan's figure appeared in front of Xin Kongzi. They sat face to face. Although Xiao Zhan's strength was not the most outstanding within the Xiao clan, due to consuming large amounts of medicinal pills from the Soul clan, His power had already reached the level of a 4-star Dou Huang. Later, after the activation of Xiao Yan's Dou Di bloodline within him, though he didn't soar to the 8-star Dou Shang like Xiao Zhao, his strength had been elevated to the 9-star Dou Xun level. Coupled with decades of cultivation and the assistance of Yao Chun, Xiao Zhan's current power made him nearly unbeatable beneath the Dou Shang realm. However, due to his title as the father of the Flame Emperor, even high-ranking Dou Shangs in the Dou Qi continent treated Xiao Zhan with utmost respect. At this moment, 7 figures, who could shake the world with a single move in the Dou Qi continent, had gathered here to witness the battle between 5 individuals in the valley. Heh, the Lord of the Medicine Mansion. I wonder if you've heard the rumors circulating outside? Elder Yin Huang of the Yin clan smiled faintly at Yao Chan. Just ignorant gossip. My Sky Mansion and the Xiao clan don't care about such things, Yao Chun replied with a smile. Of course, he knew the rumors Elder Yin Huang was referring to, those claiming that the Flame Emperor was a hoax. When Xiao Yan returns, all the rumor mongers will be forced to slap their own faces. Sigh, who knows if they will ever return, Lei Litian sighed, adding, many Dou Di left the Dou Qi continent in ancient times, yet in the end, none of them came back. Elder Lei, it sounds as if you're suggesting that everything outside the Dou Qi continent is a hellish place, Elder Zhuli remarked, casting a glance at Lei Litian. However, he couldn't deny the possibility of Lei Litian's speculation, as they had no way of knowing whether the world beyond the Dou Qi continent was truly dangerous. I believe Xiao Yan will definitely return to the Dou Qi continent, Xiao Zhan said, his instinct telling him that Xiao Yan and the others were not in any immediate danger. Perhaps in a few decades, Xiao Yan would have created a new world in the outer realms, and as their elders, they would eventually benefit from it. Let's just watch the sparring between these younger generations. Elder Zhuli changed the topic, gesturing toward the inner region of the valley. I say, this Layamo kid is really strange. This isn't the first time he said he wants to duel with Xiao Lin. In the past, the clan leader, his grandfather, wouldn't allow it, so he couldn't come. But now that the clan leader is in seclusion, he slipped out immediately, Lei Litian said. Oh? The Lei clan leader is in seclusion as well? Hearing Lei Litian's words, Elder Yin Huang was slightly surprised. What a coincidence. Our Yin clan leader has also recently entered a closed-door cultivation. After saying that, Elder Yin Huang's gaze shifted toward Elder Zhuli. I've also heard that clan leader Z has been out of touch for the past 2 years due to some important matter. Heh, I won't hide it from the two of you. Clan leader Z, like your leaders, is also in seclusion, Elder Zhuli chuckled. I believe she is trying to break through to that realm. Could it be the Dou Di realm? Both Elder Yin Huang and Lei Litian were stunned for a moment before realizing that if the leader of the Tai Su ancient dragon clan had successfully broken through to the Dou Di realm, then, with the Flame Emperor and the others still absent, the Tai Su ancient dragon clan would dominate the Dou Qi continent and surpass both the Sky Mansion and the Gu clan. However, neither Elder Yin Huang nor Lei Litian knew that the reason their clan leaders were in seclusion was also to attempt to break through to the Dou Di realm. As for who would succeed first, that was impossible to predict. Elder Lei, you just said that Lei Mo has been wanting to spar with my grandson, Xiao Lin? Xiao Zhan turned to Lei Litian and asked. Heh, I might be able to guess a thing or two. Elder Yin Huang smiled faintly. Elder Lei just mentioned that Lei Mo's grandfather is Lei Ying, the Lei clan leader, meaning his father is Lei Dong, who fought Xiao Yan in the past. Lei Dong. Hearing this, Yao Chun was slightly taken aback. He knew that Lei Dong was the son of Lei Ying and had participated in the war against the Soul Clan. He was a warrior by nature and had even fought Xiao Yan in the past over Xun'er but was easily defeated. Now, his strength had reached 8-star Dou Shang, making him one of the top 3 in the Lei clan. That's right, Lei Mo wants to take revenge for his father, Lei Dong, who was defeated by the Flame Emperor, but since the Flame Emperor is no longer here, he has to challenge Xiao Yan's son, Xiao Lin, Lei Litian said. I see now. I finally understand why Yin Lianlian chose today to come to the Xiao clan for a sparring session, Elder Yin Huang said, knowing that Yin Lianlian had been childhood sweethearts with Lei Mo. So, when Lei Mo sought to spar with Xiao Lin, she naturally followed to challenge Xiao Zhao. Hee, I don't think Lei Mo is a match for Xiao Lin, Yao Chen chuckled. Master of the Medicine Mansion, you're being a bit overconfident, aren't you? Lei Mo's talent is the greatest the Lei clan has seen in 1,000 years. He even entered the Dousheng stage earlier than his father, Lei Dong, Yin Huang said. Hearing Yin Huang speak in favor of the Lei clan, Lei Letian also smiled. I've long heard that the princess of the Yin clan has extraordinary talent and controls 3 types of heavenly flames. I doubt she would be much weaker than Xiao Xiao. He, Yin Huang. You're talking as if you don't know that the Flame Emperor controls all the heavenly flames. How could his daughter possibly be inferior to others? The Pill Tower ancestor said dismissively. Everyone, it's pointless to argue about this now. We'll know who will win when the battle unfolds before us, Yao Chan said with a faint smile, gesturing toward the front. The other elders followed his gaze, all turning their attention to the valley ahead. Boom. Within the valley, waves of intense Dou Qi shockwaves erupted, shattering the mountains within hundreds of miles around. Swish! A figure surrounded by thunderous light shot across the sky at an almost imperceptible speed. With a hand seal, a massive thunder dragon, thousands of feet long, materialized behind him, roaring in the sky, causing the space around it to tremble. Beneath the thunder dragon, the figure's eyes narrowed. He looked toward a young man in a black robe ahead. With a sharp command, the enormous thunder dragon shot forward with an earth-shattering force that no ordinary 6-star Dou Sheng would dare to face head-on. The black-robed youth ahead, however, simply smiled. He brought his palms together in front of him and then slowly opened them. As he did, 2 black light rings appeared on his palms. With a low murmur, he slammed his palms forward. Buddha's Fury Reincarnation. The 2 black light rings, originally no larger than the size of a palm, rapidly expanded, transforming into 2 massive black halos thousands of feet wide. The pitch-black halos emitted an eerie, devouring force capable of tearing anything apart as they spun. The 2 enormous black halos collided with the massive thunder dragon. The resulting shockwave of destruction shattered the surrounding space within 1,000 feet. And the 2 figures thousands of feet away continued to stand off, their robes fluttering in the raging wind. Both were prodigies from the continent of Dou Qi. One was Lei Mo, the youngest rising star of the Lei clan, who was on the verge of reaching 7-star Dousheng. The other was Xiao Lin, the son of the Flame Emperor, also at the peak of 6-star Dousheng. Lei Mo, with your strength, you dare challenge my father? Xiao Lin looked at Lei Mo coldly. Hemph. If I defeat you now, surpassing the Flame Emperor in the future will be nothing, Lei Mo sneered. He eyed Xiao Lin. Looks like the son of the Flame Emperor isn't as strong as the rumors say. With that, Lei Mo's gaze sharpened, and he began forming a strange hand seal. At the same time, a powerful aura erupted from his body. His strength had indeed reached the 7-star Dousheng stage. Lei Mo had been hiding his true strength. Surprised? Lei Mo sneered, his figure shooting forward in a blur. A thunderous palm strike shot toward Xiao Lin, the power of which no one below the 7-star Dousheng could withstand. However, to Lei Mo's surprise, Xiao Lin showed no intention of retreating. Instead, he charged forward, meeting the strike head-on with his own palm. Boom! The 2 palms collided midair, and the space between them shattered from the force. As the space collapsed, a surge of power emanated from Xiao Lin, causing Lei Mo's pupils to contract. This aura surpassed the peak of 6-star Dousheng and reached true 7-star Dousheng. You bastard! You've been hiding your strength too. Lei Mo's expression darkened as he felt Xiao Lin's power rise. He unleashed his own strength once again, forcing Xiao Lin back, while he himself was sent flying 1,000 feet. Lei Mo had hidden his strength, believing that defeating Xiao Lin didn't require his full power. What he hadn't expected was that Xiao Lin, just like him, had been concealing his true abilities. Hemph, do you think that just because you've reached the 7-star Dou Saint stage, I can't defeat you? Although Lei Mo was slightly surprised by Xiao Lin's true power, this didn't shake his unshakable belief in victory. Slowly, a golden lightning pattern appeared at the center of his forehead. Roar! As the golden lightning pattern appeared, a dragon's roar filled with the authority of heaven and earth echoed from his body. In the next moment, A massive golden lightning rift, several thousand zhang in length, began to spread across the dark clouds above. From the rift, a thunderous creature emerged, causing Xiao Lin's expression to change. Hey, what is going on? Xiao Lin stared in horror at the thunderous creature emerging from the golden rift. He never expected Mo could control it. This creature was a powerful lightning spirit that only his father had ever subdued. In the distance, the figures of Yao Chan and others were also slightly stunned, including Elder Lei Litian, who, like Xiao Lin, had no idea Mo could control this lightning spirit.